Some of you in this room have been holding on too tight. You've been giving too much, expecting too much, and hoping for a return that never comes. But what if I told you that the power isn't in the holding on, it's in the letting go? Yes, I said it. There's a supernatural power in detaching quietly, stepping back, pausing, and allowing life to reveal who truly values you, who truly belongs in your life, and who is meant to walk away. Sometimes the loudest voices in your life are the ones that need to go, and the quietest moments reveal the truth. Tonight, I'm going to show you how detachment is not weakness, it's strength. Detach quietly and watch the universe do its work. Watch who comes back. Watch who stays. Watch who disappears. That, my friends, is the art of knowing your worth without saying a word. There is a power in quiet detachment that many of us overlook because we confuse motion with progress, noise with influence, and talking with leadership. You see, too often we think that in order to be strong, we have to be loud. We think that if we don't fight for every relationship, every opportunity, every approval, we are weak. But I'm here to tell you tonight that strength is not always in the struggle. Strength is in the stillness. Strength is in the pause. Strength is in the ability to step back, to let go, to detach quietly, and to watch life unfold without interference. When you detach quietly, you are no longer a prisoner of your own expectations. You are no longer chained to the fear of loss, the desperation for attention, or the need for constant validation. Detachment allows you to reclaim your power because it puts the focus where it belongs, on your own peace, your own growth, and your own journey. It is not an act of surrender, it is an act of faith. Faith that what is meant for you will not pass you by, and faith that those who truly belong in your life will find their way back without you having to chase, explain, or beg. When you detach quietly, you are declaring to the world, and more importantly, to yourself, that your worth is not negotiable, that your time is not disposable, that your energy is sacred. And when people feel the absence of your constant presence, when they feel the space that you intentionally create, the truth begins to surface. You see who is there out of obligation and who is there out of choice. You see who respects your boundaries and who tests them. You see who truly values you and who only values what you give them. There is a divine wisdom in detachment, a clarity that comes only when you step out of the storm and allow the dust to settle. And in that clarity, you discover a peace that is unshakable, a confidence that cannot be shaken by rejection or abandonment. Quiet detachment is not passive. It is the most active form of self-respect. It is a declaration that your life is yours to steward, that your heart is yours to guard, and that your future is yours to design. And in that quiet, in that pause, in that intentional space, the people, the opportunities, and the blessings that belong to you will rise to meet you. Detach quietly, and you will see that sometimes the loudest absence speaks louder than the loudest presence ever could. One of the greatest lessons you will ever learn in life is that not everyone around you deserves your energy. Yes, I said it. Not everyone deserves the time you give. Not everyone deserves the words you speak. And not everyone deserves the love you pour out. You see, too often we scatter our energy like confetti, spreading ourselves thin across people who are not invested in us, people who are not willing to meet us halfway, and people who take without ever giving back. But energy is sacred. Energy is power. Energy is life. When you give your energy to the wrong people, you are not just helping them, you are draining yourself. And that is a tragedy that too many of us live every single day. You have to understand the power of discerning. You have to learn to look closely, to pay attention, to see the patterns of who truly shows up, who consistently cares, and who has the courage to stand by you in both your storms and your celebrations. Detachment and distance are not about punishment. They are about protection. Protection of your spirit, protection of your mind, and protection of your future. You cannot allow your life to be dictated by those who do not recognize your value, because they will never lift you higher. They will only pull you lower. And the truth is, people will show you who they are by what they do, not by what they say. Words are cheap, promises are fragile, but actions, they reveal the heart. So when you begin to step back, to detach quietly, you will begin to see clearly who is meant to be in your circle and who is meant to fade away. And that clarity is priceless. Understanding who deserves your energy is not about being selfish. It is about being wise. It is about reserving your love, your effort, and your attention for those who will reciprocate it, for those who will add to your life rather than subtract, for those who will stand with you when the storms come. There is a power in discernment, a spiritual and emotional intelligence that comes only when you refuse to waste yourself on those who are indifferent. And when you master this, when you truly understand who deserves your energy, your life changes, doors open, relationships flourish, peace replaces exhaustion, joy replaces frustration, and you begin to live in alignment with your purpose rather than in reaction to the needs and demands of people who do not value you. Guard your energy like a treasure because it is one. And once you do, you will realize that your life is no longer cluttered with people who drain, distract, or diminish you. It is filled only with those who uplift, inspire, and elevate you. That is the power of understanding who deserves your energy. That is the power of knowing your worth. There is a sacred power in silence, a force so strong that it will reveal the truth faster than words ever could. Too often, we are tempted to fill every space with sound, to justify ourselves, to explain, to defend, to persuade. But let me tell you something tonight, when you are constantly talking, you are often the last person who can see the truth. Silence is the mirror in which the real nature of people and situations reflects itself. When you detach quietly, when you pause and step back, the hidden motives, the real intentions, and the genuine feelings of those around you begin to surface. People reveal who they are not when they speak, but when they are faced with your absence, when they are faced with a quiet space that you intentionally create. It is in those quiet moments that you see who values you for who you are and who values you only for what you give them. You see who respects your boundaries, who honors your presence, and who is willing to invest in your life without being prompted. Silence is not emptiness, it is clarity. It is a revelation. It is the spiritual magnifying glass that exposes everything you have been too busy to notice. And understand this, silence is a test, but it is also a gift. It gives you the power to observe without interference, to feel without distraction, and to understand without argument. There is no manipulation in silence, no deception, no bargaining. It is honest, it is pure, and it is unshakable. When you choose silence over unnecessary confrontation, when you step back rather than overexert yourself, the truth rises on its own. And the people who matter, the people who are truly committed, will make their intentions clear without you having to demand it. They will step forward because they recognize the value of what you offer, and they will do so without coercion. And the ones who do not, the ones who are only there for convenience or selfish gain, will quietly drift away, and you will no longer waste a second of your precious life chasing them. That is the power of silence. That is the gift of detachment. It is in quiet observation that wisdom is born, that discernment grows, and that peace begins to take root. And here is the most beautiful part. In silence, you learn the most profound truth of all, that your worth is not determined by how loudly you fight to be seen, but by the way life conspires to show you who belongs when you are still. So embrace the silence, cherish the pause, and watch the truth unfold before your very eyes. Let the quiet moments teach you who to keep close and who to let go, for silence reveals what words often try to hide. Healing comes in the pause, in the moments when you step back from the chaos, from the drama, from the noise that has been draining your spirit. Too many of us move through life as if we are meant to be constantly running, constantly doing, constantly giving, without ever stopping to breathe, to reflect, to repair the broken pieces of our hearts and minds. But I am here to tell you tonight that your healing begins the moment you decide to pause. It begins the moment you choose to step away from situations that have been tearing you down, from relationships that have been wounding you, and from environments that have been stealing your peace. In that pause, you give yourself permission to feel what you have been avoiding, to acknowledge the pain you have been ignoring, and to confront the fears that have been controlling you. Healing is not a race. It is not a competition. It is a sacred process, and it demands space, silence, and intention. When you detach quietly, when you create a pause in your life, you are not running away. You are stepping into the power of restoration. You are allowing yourself to be rebuilt piece by piece, soul by soul. And in that pause, clarity emerges. You begin to see patterns in your life, the lessons that were hidden in your struggles, and the truth about what serves you and what does not. Healing in the pause is also a declaration of self-respect. It says, I am worthy of restoration. I am worthy of peace. I am worthy of love that does not wound. It is in the pause that you rediscover your strength, that you remember your purpose, and that you realign with the person you were meant to be. And here is the miraculous thing: the world cannot rush your healing. No one can speed up your restoration. It is a divine process unfolding in its own time, in its own way. When you embrace the pause, you are trusting that God, the universe, or life itself is orchestrating your comeback. You are trusting that every setback, every disappointment, every moment of heartache is preparing you for a greater chapter. And while you pause, while you heal, those who belong in your life will witness the transformation. They will see the renewed strength, the refined character, and the unshakable peace that emerges from your stillness. Those who do not belong will fade quietly, unable to walk alongside the new version of you. Healing comes in the pause, because the pause allows you to stop trying to fix everything externally and start nurturing the most important part of all, yourself. It allows you to recover from what was lost, release what was never meant for you, and prepare for what is coming next. So do not fear the pause. Do not rush the quiet. Embrace it, honor it, and let it restore you. In the pause, you are not idle. You are being healed, renewed, and made whole again. There is a profound truth that many of us struggle to grasp. Those who truly matter in your life will find their way back. You don't have to chase them. You don't have to beg them. You don't have to prove your worth or convince them of your value. The universe has a way of bringing the right people back into your orbit at the right time, when the timing is perfect and when the circumstances are aligned with your highest good. Often we panic when someone steps away, when doors close, or when relationships pause. We think absence is rejection. We think silence is abandonment. But let me tell you tonight, absence is often a test, a space for growth, and a preparation for alignment. Those who belong in your life will return, not because of your pressure, but because of the gravity of your integrity, the authenticity of your heart, and the power of your presence. When you step back and detach quietly, you give people the opportunity to show who they really are. You give them the chance to either rise to meet you or fall away. And those who rise, those who return, are the ones who are genuinely invested, who are willing to walk with you through storms, who see your value even when you are not shouting for attention. You see, life is not about the quantity of people around you. It is about the quality. It is not about the noise, the appearances, or the constant validation. It is about who stands firm when everything else is uncertain. Those who matter will come back because they recognize your worth, not because they need something from you, but because they understand the treasure of your presence. And here is the beautiful part: when people return on their own, when they step into your life without coercion or manipulation, the relationship is purer, stronger, and more genuine than it ever was before. It is no longer about obligation. It is about choice. It is no longer about necessity. It is about alignment. And when the right people come back, you will feel it in your spirit. You will sense a sense of completeness, a natural fit, a harmony that cannot be forced. Those who return do so with respect, with loyalty, and with love that is consistent and enduring. And those who do not return, they are not meant to be part of your story, no matter how much you wanted them to stay. Their absence makes space for those who belong, for those who elevate, and for those who will journey alongside you with integrity. So detach quietly, step back, release control, and watch with faith and patience, because life has a way of returning to you exactly what is meant to be. And when it does, it will be far more powerful than anything you could have orchestrated on your own. Detachment is not a one-time act. It is not something you do once and then forget about. It is a daily discipline, a practice that requires consistency, awareness, and intentionality. You see, too many of us treat detachment like a temporary solution, a momentary escape from stress, pain, or disappointment. But the truth is, detachment is a lifestyle, a way of living that protects your peace, preserves your energy, and aligns your life with purpose. When you make detachment a daily discipline, you learn to observe life without being consumed by it. You learn to step back from arguments, to pause before reacting, and to resist the urge to overextend yourself for people, situations, and circumstances that are not aligned with your growth. It is a practice of self-respect, a declaration that your emotional and spiritual well-being matters more than the opinions, demands, or expectations of others. Each day, detachment gives you the power to say no to what drains you and yes to what uplifts you. It trains your mind to distinguish between what you can control and what you cannot, freeing you from the constant worry, the endless chasing, and the unnecessary heartache that comes from trying to manage everything around you. Daily detachment also strengthens your discernment. You begin to notice patterns in relationships, behaviors, and environments. You see who consistently shows up with integrity, who respects your boundaries, and who adds value to your life. You start to understand that not every battle is yours to fight. Not every opinion requires your response, and not every absence is a loss. It is a discipline that teaches patience, faith, and perspective. When you practice detachment daily, you cultivate inner peace that cannot be shaken by temporary chaos. You build resilience that cannot be broken by disappointment or rejection. You develop clarity that allows you to make decisions based on wisdom rather than fear and on truth rather than emotion. It is in this daily practice that you learn to live in alignment with your purpose, to protect your energy fiercely, and to create space for blessings that are truly meant for you. Detachment becomes your shield and your strength, a sacred rhythm of letting go, pausing, and observing. And over time, you realize that the people, opportunities, and experiences that belong in your life are the ones that return, the ones that remain, and the ones that thrive alongside your growth. The daily discipline of detachment is not easy. It requires courage, commitment, and conviction, but the reward is immeasurable, a life of peace, clarity, freedom, and alignment. When you detach as a daily discipline, you are no longer at the mercy of others, at the mercy of circumstances, or at the mercy of chaos. You are anchored in yourself, grounded in purpose, and empowered by the wisdom that comes from stepping back, watching, and allowing life to unfold in its perfect timing. So tonight, I want you to hear me loud and clear. The power is not in the chasing. The power is not in the pleading. The power is not in trying to force people, situations, or outcomes to bend to your will. The power is in the quiet, in the pause, in the detachment that demands respect, not from them, but from yourself. Detach quietly, step back, guard your energy, protect your peace, and watch life do what it was always meant to do. Watch who comes back, watch who stays, watch who disappears, and when the right ones return, you will know without a doubt that they belong, not because you begged them to stay, but because they recognize the value of what you have always known about yourself. You see, detachment is not weakness. It is the most radical form of strength. It is the discipline that shapes your character, the stillness that sharpens your vision, and the wisdom that secures your destiny. So from this moment forward, I want you to make a choice, value yourself more than validation, prioritize your peace over approval, and embrace the quiet that reveals truth. Detach, watch, and witness the miracle unfold, because those who matter will return, and those who don't, let them go, and never look back.